Man, I am not gonna lie. Every time I hear that, I get the biggest heart on in the world. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Not the biggest, because I'm 50 now, so it's not the biggest. It could get pretty big if I had some blue chew, but the point is it's not quite as big. Well, you know what? It's nowhere close to the biggest. But it feels kind of good to feel like I have blood that still circulates in that area. Anyway, guys, everybody, welcome to the show. By the way, I've been playing a lot more guitars. I've had some free time on my time or my side, so I've had some ability to play more guitar, and I have been doing that. But anyway, so time for the monologue. So I'm gonna tell you first off, guys, thank you for being here. My Nazis and my Negroes, I love you all. I really do. And by the way, there ain't nothing wrong with either one of those. Cause I feel like Nazis, you can use that. That should be the most politically incorrect term that I use, was Nazi.
Pretty much was.
I mean, real quick. So, like, Billy, since you're here, what do we call? Like, I called you African American. You're like, I'm black. I'm like, okay. Well, I mean, do we say blacks? What about those people that say African American? Can I not just say Negroes? I mean, you guys can call me Cracker. I'm cool with that. Or Caucasians, or like Peckerwood. You can call me all these fucking names. I don't give a shit.
Well, listen, I've been called better and I've been called worse. So
there's no way you've been called worse. I mean, come on. I'm just being facetious. But anyway,
I see we're starting off with shenanigans.
Yes,
I did put it third. That's because
right to the point.
That's because I'm dyslexic. But anyway, let's listen. Let's have monologue, Tom. Back to the monologue. Make a list. I have things that we're going to talk about. Anyway, so first off, it's a beautiful day here in Tennessee. Most of you guys know I've been looking for a house north of town, this, that, whatever. That's all I'm going to say about the location. I bought one, and it's a barn dough, and it's on some property. It's a lot of acres. Nice. And it has a granny pod built into it. It's two houses in one house. I mean, not one house. So like, there's like the 2,900 square feet. That's the house. And then there's the other house. Matter of fact, I pulled up there. I met the owner of the place, and he's like, "Yeah, I built this place myself. I'm a contractor, this, that, and whatever." And he's like, "You guys will enjoy both houses." I'm like, I looked at him. It's just me and fucking my real estate agent Corey, and I'm like, "There's two houses?" He goes. And Corey looked at me and goes, "Did you not read the listing at all?" I'm like,
looked at the pictures. It was all good.
Pictures, and I was like, it's kind of nice. As a matter of fact, I immediately thought, if I made it this soft blue, it would look good with the black trim. That's what I was thinking the whole time, right? But so it's a barn dough. I put a bid on it, cash offer of what they asked for. They did have 4 other people that were wanting to view it as well, and I did put in their horse trailer has to be mine as well in the full price of the cash offer, and they said they would let me know on Thursday. So I won't know until Thursday technically. And of course, anybody in the VIP chat, if you're not part of the VIP chat, you should be. Find one of these people that are online and be. I don't know. Matter of fact, if you don't find anybody, just it sucks to be you. The VIP chat is awesome, but you can subscribe, turn on notifications, and all that nonsense. So back to the monologue. So that was one bit of freaking great insight that happened on Sunday. Another one was, man, my church service was so good. Oh my God. We had a substitute preacher but he was the spiritual leader, like the song worship leader at one time. And then he became a professional therapist of some sort. Like, I don't know if it's marriage therapist or what, but he became one of those. And so he kind of gave that up, but he started out with singing my God's an awesome God and this, that way, a cappella. And then he started going into it. And I'll be honest with you, I love my church, and I'm going to tell you why I love this church. I started going there because I wanted to find some riffraff, and I'm just being honest, because like I'm Catholic. No one else is Catholic. Like, I'm never going to find happiness because I'm Catholic. And so I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going to find a church, right? And so I found this church, and they support the Hope Ministries, which I do as well now. I cook for them. I don't know if I told you guys that, but I've been cooking for them. And I'm cooking a huge dinner this weekend. I cannot wait. So much fun. On Saturday, they're like, "Hey, I know it's football season. You probably got plans on Saturday." I'm like, "You'd be surprised. I have no plans anymore because of life events, but I can be there Saturday, right?" So I'm going to be there Saturday to cook them their meals and stuff. And I'm super excited about it because it gives me something to do in this, that, and whatever. But the sermon was so good. Like, he did such a great job. And the biggest thing was that he brought up that I guess gravitated to was Corinthians 1 Corinthians 11, 13, or it might be 13, 11. I am dyslexic. But it talks about, you know, I was a child and I had childlike thoughts, I had childlike behavior and this, that, whatever. But once I became a man, I put all that childhood behind me. And then I was thinking about what does that mean? And so if you follow my my TikToks, which is, okay, well, what does that mean? And it was supposed to be a thing for the university, but because it's TikToks, the universities, all three of them declined it. So I'm not doing any math and all that anymore. I started with what does that mean and all that, but I kind of like the name. Okay, but what does that mean, right? And so I'm kind of doing that. And then to top it all off, so yesterday afternoon, I'm just sitting around the house. I'm getting ready to go meet Preston for dinner. And it's so funny because, you know, he's in college. He barely has time for me. Mm-hmm. He's like, hey, fuckhead, you want to go eat? And I'm like, I guess you want me to take you on a date. I'm good with this because I'm going to be paying for it. Just remember that I do have a $1,200 limit because someone has been over that limit before or right at it. And I need you to stay under it. And since I'm going to be making out with you, I need you to stay well below it, right? Anyway, so anyway, he called me. He's like that. And so I was sitting there. I was getting ready. I just gotten out of the shower. So I'm drying off, putting on deodorant, brushing my teeth and all this. And another son. So that's up for you guys to figure out who that is, because I have multiple. So this other son calls me. He's like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm getting ready to go meet Preston for dinner, this, that, and whatever. So for those worrying, it's not Preston. Preston's not doing it because it would have ended with I would be calling you guys from the Davidson County or Williamson County jail tonight for this show. And it would probably be like you guys remember Max Headroom? Those are old enough, it'd be like cutting out and stuff, or maybe it'd be on like, can you guys collect calls from Doc, the Whiskey Rebellion Park, you know? But anyway, so one of my other sons called me and he's like, hey, so what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just getting ready to go meet your brother for dinner and this, that, and whatever. And he goes, oh, that's cool. What'd you do this weekend? And I told him, I was like, I had a great church service. I was just telling him all the things. I was like, hey, I bought a house, you know, and this, that, and whatever. I bought a new house. And he's like, hey, can you look at your text message? I'm sending you a text message. And I'm like, okay, sure, I can look at my text message. He sent me, son will be a grandpa. And I'm super excited about that. Like that was the thing. That thing to put me right over the cliff. Because like I have a lot of friends that have grandchildren. Some are currently on vacation with their grandchildren, and I wish I was there, and I wish I was doing all these things. But and by the way, can you imagine how great that would be if I was with somebody else and their grandchildren, and then all of a sudden my son calls me and tells me, hey, I just want to let you know you're going to be Pappy J. And I'm like, oh, yes, motherfucker. You know,
it is an awesome feeling, my man.
So I was so excited. I mean, if you could see it, if I had hair, you would see it all standing up. I was so excited. I was like, or Barry, I was doing like the Trump dance. You know, I was doing all these things, right? I was so excited. It just made, I mean, because like I've had, as many of us talked about, I've had a really bad 4 weeks, really fucking bad. Like I don't even want to go into how fucking bad my 4 weeks have been. Like it's been bad, but
it's all good.
But to top it off with that, I was like, oh my God, it gives you purpose again. Like cooking for Hope Ministries, purpose, man. It gives you purpose, right? Going to church gives you purpose, you know, and hearing the gospel and doing meditation and workouts every day gives you purpose. All that. So I'm trying to rebuild myself. Horrible fucking grammar. I sound like I'm talking like I'm getting ready to ask you guys a question or something.
You're excited. You're excited.
But anyway, so I was like, what the fuck, man? It's just so fucking cool, right? I was having such a great time. And then I get touched with this and I'm like, oh my God. And what's the funniest thing is I actually talked to his mom today and I understand where he came from in the conversation of that. He's like, my mom was saying a bunch of stuff and like, I don't know what language she was talking in. So I told her, I said, hey, I'll call you back. I'm calling Jody. And so when I finally got a call from her today, it was kind of the same thing. It was like, I don't know what you're saying. I think you might've said some hateful things. Were you talking about my mom? I don't know what's going on here, but it was craziness, but then I was super excited as well. But anyway, all is good. The world is happy, man. Oh my God. I am so super stoked. And I want to thank everybody for being here on the show. In the monologue, dude, this has been a great day in all of Tennessee, right? Like it's beautiful out here. I imagine it's pretty in Miami. I know it's nice in West Virginia because Gino's outside. What's everybody drinking? And I'll start first because I've had a few. I started about 2. I had a couple back-to-back really bad students. So I was like, probably need to have a couple. And so I had a few right then. And then I took a nap after that. I did take a nap. I hadn't needed a nap for a moment. So it took like a 45, like Trump was talking and I was listening to him talking and I fell asleep. Next thing I know, I set my alarm clock and I'm like, fuck, I got another student. And I woke up and I talked to that student, and then that student only the student scheduled a 45-minute meeting with me and only needed about 5 minutes of the meeting. And then the student was like, hey, we're done talking. I'm like, okay, but you still have plenty of time. And the student was like, but you've answered all my questions. I'm like, all right, cool. What am I going to do for the rest of the time? Right. So anyway, I'm having
pull out the bourbon.
Right. Well, no, that happened earlier. I decided to go get something to eat because I need to feed myself because I only ate breakfast this morning. And then my second meal was a quesadilla, which wasn't the best. I didn't go to the Mexican restaurant. I should have went to the Mexican restaurant. I didn't. I went to a bar restaurant. Didn't even drink any alcohol there. I just had water and probably the shittiest quesadilla I've ever had in my life. But it's okay. I do have some stuff in my tummy now. So the world is going to make it. But anyway, so I went from Elijah Craig Barrel Proof A125 is what I had earlier today to now I'm having just Buffalo Trace, regular, nonchalant Buffalo Trace. Gino, what are you having, brother?
I'm right up the same path pretty much. Just got back from Ohio with some other fraternity brothers who were hanging out this weekend, finalizing stuff for our trip that's coming in May. And I just wanted something that was going to hit all the on buttons and something I didn't have to think too much about. And I pulled out the Woodford Double Oak, and that's what I'm enjoying here tonight. I decided because it's so magnanimous today, it was a beautiful day. We got home, it was still beautiful today, so I pulled out a cigar. I said, yeah, I'm doing this stuff on the porch tonight. This is one I haven't had before. I have no idea what it's about. I am enjoying the flavor. It's a Perdomo from Nicaragua.
Perdomo, yes.
And it says it's lot 23. That's all I know about this thing, but I'm enjoying the hell out of this cigar.
It's a great cigar. Perdomo Cigars is probably 15 minutes from my front door.
Real quick,
Sweet.
when I'm thinking a great name, by the way, is Baby Joseph, since that's my name, and I think we ought to carry that on. So when Baby Joseph is born, which one of you motherfuckers will send me fucking some good cigars?
Oh, I think we all will.
Okay, cool deal. All right, so Cafe 305, Billy, Breed Love, the man. Tell me what you're drinking and how you doing, man. I didn't talk to you in a while.
Yeah, it's been a lively one the last couple of weeks, to say the least. Busy.
I guess we should touch on that a little bit here in a moment, but go ahead, continue.
Been real busy, a lot of success. West Palm Beach has really been on my ass about opening up another cafe container, and I gotta somehow try to figure it out. They've been offering me all kind of wild incentives to open up there, so that could be in the works. And I am drinking with the first reserve myself. I didn't get my hands on a double oak, but listen, you can never go wrong with the regular stuff. So that's what I'm having.
Oh, hell
tonight.
no. It's all good,
Agree.
brother.
That's
Yes,
a good
sir.
one. That's a good one. Oh, Puff Daddy, what are you doing, man?
So I've got a La Polina Oscuro cigar. I think it's the first time I've had one of these. It's really good. And to sip on, I'm drinking a Maker's Mark Private Selection from Buster's. If you see there, it happens to be Gay's fave. Don't know who Gay is, but
I bet Gay likes some butt plugs. Anyhow, moving on.
he probably does. So I got a quick question.
Yeah, go with it.
Anybody that saw Jody's new place in the chat, how many of you instantly went to him being Michael Gross's character from Tremors, way out there?
Yes.
Jesus.
I don't know.
You know
Yes.
there's
I don't know that I've ever
there's
seen
going to
that,
be a
so.
bunker. You've never seen
Yes,
Tremors?
there's going to be a
No,
bunker.
God.
no. But I will
Oh,
tell you
there's
this:
a
it took me
He's
a
gonna have
long time.
turret on the top.
So kind of to find this place. It took me kind of a long time to find it, to be honest with you, because I was looking north of town. So on Friday, me and fucking Corey, we drove all over the goddamn state of Tennessee. And so we started in White Bluff, and the house there was freaking awesome. If it was like the four of us living together, we would burn that place. It would be freaking awesome. It was 41 acres. It was a cabin on a lake they built themselves. But I guarantee goddamn to you, if you killed somebody and buried them in there, they would never find it. All right. I mean, there were so many woods, deers running around, fucking turkey running around. Everybody just running around. There might have been Jason Voorhees. He ran around once. And all I kept thinking about is, you know, I kind of like women. And since I don't have one of those right now, I was thinking, that's my preference. I haven't tried the other kind, but I think the penis would get in the way. That's just me speaking. It's just me speaking. I want to make sure we're very clear on that. That's just me speaking. I'm not knocking people that like the penis. I'm just trying to say that me speaking.
He's going to be upset.
And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with him being upset. I don't knock him for being gay. I want to make sure we're very clear on that. If you want to be gay, or if you think you're gay, or if you're born gay, all of these are great things. Just realize I'm not playing around with your. Oh, damn, we got 7 comments. This is how much I suck at this job. I mean, I don't have my normal thing here. So, dude, I apologize to all you fuckheads that I. Well, one of them's my son.
Hello, Jen. Hi, Jordan.
And then there was Jeff. Guys, somebody needs to tell me, because I'm not paying attention to this nonsense. This is normally I leave this to my slackies like David and stuff to do this.
Dave
You know,
does a fine job. He's underrated. He
does a great job. He's a great producer.
What's this he says about family in town? I mean, we're here right now.
Well, that's true. But his mother and father came in to see his new house. And they're staying. Okay. So he reached out to me. I spoke to him this weekend. He was like, I called him, let him know that I think I found the place. And he was like, oh yeah, you found the place? I'm like, yeah, I think I found a place. And I'm like, it's too bad that you already bought a place, because I could have rented you out the other part of the place.
In the carriage house. Yeah, come over in the carriage house.
I mean, and the kitchen in the other house is like, Billy would be like, this is a fucking kitchen. This is a legit kitchen. Like, it's a great kitchen in the other house. So anyway, so you had all that going down. So if anybody else sending comments, I'll get to you guys. Just realize I kind of suck at this. I'm trying my best.
I will mention one thing. How you doing, Daniel Berry? He hits us up just about every time we're on. So
yep.
Thank you, Daryl or Daniel.
Yep.
Oh.
But anyway, so where was I going with all that?
I'll
get my head back together. Anyhow, so I don't have any fucking words right now. I didn't even take a gummy either. I don't know where they went. I mean, I know where the gummies went. I don't know where my brain went. But
back to the grandfather piece. I can give you some stuff on that. I mean, when that child first comes.
Oh, let me tell you what Preston said.
Oh, okay. How was his reaction?
So me and Preston went out to dinner. This shit is, God damn it, Jeff.
I didn't do that one.
Was that Billy?
No.
It was definitely Jeff, because he turned his head. He turned his head.
Listen, I'm so selfish. My phone has been on silent for the last 8 years.
I know what's funny is mine is too. I've actually had people say something to me like, "You're hiding your phone." I'm like, I'm not hiding my phone. I just don't. It doesn't ring because I don't want my phone to ring. But anyway, I haven't had mine turned on because I speak to so many students or I'm teaching class or something like that. It would just in between the VA calling me or my mom or when I had a significant other or these kind of things, those people might have called me. But anyway, so Preston, so we're sitting down to dinner, and I'll try to show you guys the picture, but I'm gonna try to take it out of what happened in the picture. It's absolutely hilarious. So I got to make sure I take the name out of the picture. So I'm not gonna show it without taking the name out of the picture. So okay, so y'all can't see anything, but
White
there you
cement.
go.
There it is. All beautiful.
All
Love
right.
it.
So I get that. And so I showed that to Preston. And Preston was like, Dad, I don't want to be a brother. I'm like, what? Like, it's not from me, you fuckhead. I'm like, I'm not even sure my shit works, man. Like, I don't know. No. And he got, actually, I'm sorry. He goes, I don't want to be a fucking brother. And then he goes, I saw it, apologize for cussing, but I don't, Dad. And I'm like,
But was his next question, am I going to be an aunt or an uncle?
no, he didn't say that. He didn't say it at all. He only has brothers, so he knew right away. But well, he didn't know. I had to tell him, and he was like, "Oh man, that's super awesome." He's like, and then he kind of just stopped. But he was like, "Are you sure it's not?" I'm like, "I'm pretty sure. I've only been with one person in the last 2 years, and let's put it this way: the factory is broken. Like it's not going to work, you know." Whether it's me or that person, it's not going to work, right? So it is what it is. Like not the entire crew is either union or unionized, and they're like, fuck it, we're on break. All right. So
the expiration date has been reached.
Yeah. And on top of that, at 50, I'm not Robert De Niro. I don't want to have any fucking children this late. Like I barely like the ones I have. I only have one that's actually mine, you know, even though my oldest is, I look at him as actually mine because we've been together since he was 4.5, I think. So I look at him as being, I mean, I look at all of them that way, but what I'm saying is really look at him that way as well. But no, I was like, this is the most ridiculous thing ever, Preston. And he's like, are we going to eat? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, okay. So then he orders a whole thing to eat. And so we get finished eating and he's like, and so I paid the bill and he's like, you paid the bill already. I wasn't done eating. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, well, I was going to order another meal. And I go, son, I'm getting ready to go home. He goes, well, what if we went down to Bleachers, which is down the road from my house? I'm like, sure, let's go to Bleachers. He orders another full fucking meal at Bleachers. I'm like, dude, how do you, like, I paid for the mega payments for you to have all the food you could possibly eat at Belmont, right? And you're telling me you can't eat? This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life.
I do have a question real quick.
Yeah.
What is he majoring in? Because he needs to make a big salary when he graduates. So
he does. Or he's gonna get tiny.
Yeah. I mean,
and live in a van down by the river. Or he's gonna live on my compound. Or he's gonna live on my compound. Yeah. There's plenty of room. Well, no, so real quick on the house. So the reason why I bought the house is because I've always wanted. So ladies, if you're listening, this is something that's important. I've always wanted a place where I can
bury the bodies.
I said, ladies, listen. I didn't say my buddies listen. All right.
Fucking Dexter over here.
And so I have always wanted a place where I could have, I mean, it's not pragmatic at my age that you find somebody that's like, so you only have one kid. And so it's just going to be the three of us forever, you know? So it's not pragmatic. And so I always said that I always wanted a place where we, whomever I'm with, can grow old, and then we have property to where if our children want to come and build on it, I already don't pay property taxes because I'm disabled veteran. And I'm like, you know, come to build on here, you know, let's just build on the property and you can do your thing, right? Mm-hmm. Well, I can finally say I have that, and I'm that's what I've always wanted. I've always wanted that.
No. Are you gonna keep your current place?
Yeah. Well, no.
Okay.
I'm so that's going away to another person. That I can't say that person's name because that person's also having a kid. So
it's all good.
They're getting this place, but it's because this house is too damn big. It's 4,000 square feet, and being a disabled veteran with PTSD issues, which takes us into kind of another conversation. Like suicide awareness is this month, and it's a big deal, right? And I've told you I've had the worst fucking 4 weeks, quite honestly, in my life. Like I've been through a lot of shit in my life, but this 4 weeks has been really bad, right? Until yesterday. Yesterday was pretty good. But what I would tell you is that people sometimes lose hope. And so I went on Saturday, which, by the way, there were some fucking great football games on Saturday.
Yes, there were.
And we'll talk. we'll
How
talk
about them
about
Mountaineers?
we'll get to that. We'll talk about that in a moment. Because I want to talk about the serious stuff. But I did, one of my teammates and military buddies, his son, who was 15, committed suicide last Saturday. And I'm sure we've all been to funerals before and stuff of that nature. When you've gone to a funeral of one of your teammates and their son committed suicide, who was only 15, oh my God, that may be the worst thing I've ever been to in my life. So, you see something, say something, I know that's a common cliche. It comes out all the time. But as a person that has, that suffers, I'm just going to be honest with you, suffers with PTSD and some other related issues, you have to sometimes go, you know what? It sucks, but I have people out there I can talk to, and I need to talk to those people. And I made this post on my TikToks that says, I think it's Token that said that not all that wander are lost. And I agree with that part.
Yes.
But all those that perseverate are lost. And that's the part I added to it.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and what I mean by that is perseverate means you're lost in thought, right? And when you have a house this size by yourself, it's just you and 2 little dogs and 3 miniature doggies. And sometimes when you're walking through the house, you don't have anybody to reach out to, scream out to, or to, you can get lost in your thoughts, right? So it can get deep and get difficult and stuff of that nature. So the reason why I say all that is that this is Suicide Awareness Month. Last week was Suicide Awareness Week. I did put it out to my classes that to let them know that, matter of fact, I was the first professor that's ever done that in the school's history at all 3 of them. I was like, are you guys serious? This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. And 2 of them I'm tenured at. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. You guys should be putting this out all the time. Like, but, and matter of fact, where I heard it from is I was listening to a show of Megyn Kelly. This was before the whole thing happened with Charlie Kirk, which we can talk about a little bit. I just want to touch on it because we're not that type of podcast.
No.
But she had for Suicide Awareness Month, for a week, she had a guy who, that's what he does. He goes around the campuses and talks to young people and this, that, and whatever. And he's a survivor of jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge. I actually remember that too, because I lived in California when that happened. I remember that. And I was like, oh my God. Like, and so now he goes and he talks about it with people. And it's been a huge thing for a lot of people. Now on to the Charlie Kirk thing. I do want to touch on that. Whether you pro Charlie Kirk or not is irrelevant. I think and this is just my opine on it, to kill someone because of thoughts. Let me put it differently. I could not hate Obama more than anybody in the world, probably. Fact. I would never in my life wish anything on him that wasn't positive. And that's fact also. All right. And it's not because he's black or anything of that nature. It's because I fucking hated how he governed. Right. And I would never, ever in a million years wish hate, discontent, or anything onto him, because he's well, first of all, he's a dad. And how would Big Mike feel? I mean, think about that. You couldn't pound your boyfriend anymore. I mean, that would suck. So, and I'm for gay marriage and stuff. So, I mean, that would all bother me. But no, on a real note, I just would, even on those people that you despise the most. Somebody
loves them. Somebody's
they are important to somebody, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. And so I would never push that on anybody. And I wouldn't put that hate on anybody. And I don't understand what's going on in this world where we have these people that think that words are violence and stuff like that. Words are not violence. Violence is violence. End of story. And if you never had violence onto you before, you don't know what it's like. So, long story short with it, that's all I'm going to say about it, because we're not that type of podcast. We're mostly dumbfuckery and shenanigans. But I will say this, that I have, because I'm a person of faith, I do pray for him and his family and definitely his children and stuff of that nature. But I would never, ever, ever never wish hate or death on even those people I hate the most. And
Yeah,
trust me, there are some. Like, by the way, one of the people might be listening right now is Tony Ducat. I have not forgot about that motherfucker from 7th grade. All right. I don't know where he's at right now, but I would still kick his ass today. We were both trying to date the same girl, Peggy.
something.
It doesn't fucking matter. Tony Ducat, though. I remember that son of a bitch. I would still fight that son of a bitch today. All right.
But I do have to take and disagree with what Jen is. It's really not a good versus evil. I mean, the thing that gets lost in that, and because, you know, you disagree with someone, that is no reason whatsoever to do harm for that person.
Well, I think where she's
He
coming
believes-
from,
he
good
believes
versus
in this.
evil.
Yeah, but
I-
the thing about it is, you disagree with his
it's not the
philosophy.
It's not the good versus evil on the ideas. I think what she's talking about is it's the good, and as in the people on whatever side that will have discussions and will talk things out and will disagree, but be civil to each other. Those are the good.
Exactly.
No matter what side. The evil are the ones that take it to the extreme that this person took it to last week. That's the
Exactly.
evil. And
It's-
the people that are online extolling that was a good thing, those
No
are on the
place-
side of evil. The
Okay,
people,
I can accept
people that were not Charlie Kirk fans and were ideologically opposed to him, that have taken the stand, that are saying this is wrong, this should not happen, this does not solve anything. They're still on the side of good because they want that common decency in American discourse. I think that's probably what she was going for.
I agree. That's
I-
kind of the way I took it.
I
as
get
well,
it,
to be
and
honest.
I can accept that. But the thing that I like to my belief system different is, you know, it's a mark of intelligence to be able to entertain a thought that you don't agree with, and to be able to
Absolutely.
accept that.
Well, no, here's a better one. So like all of us are old enough to remember when gay marriage was out there. All right. And one of my best friends in the entire world, I remember us debating in high school. That was 30 something years ago. All right. And he couldn't be more Democrat in the world. Like he has got TDS, like it's coming out his ass. Like he has a bad case of it. All right. And I remember arguing with him that why shouldn't gay people adopt children? I don't get it. Like why can't they? And this was back when, I think, hold on a second. See if anybody gets this analogy or this visual I'm gonna give you. Come on, Jeff, you remember this.
Pencil?
It is a pencil in your hand all the time. Oh, Bob Dole.
Oh, yes. Well, if you would have also been holding a bottle of Viagra, I would have gotten it.
Cialis. He
There it
did
is.
Cialis. It was Cialis. It wasn't Viagra.
Oh, was it? Okay.
But anyway, my whole point with that is that I look at people. First of all, when it comes to, I'm definitely not trying to make this a faith show by any means. If you ask me if we're all sinners, I'm going to say, yes, we're all sinners. All right. That doesn't make what I partake in my life
No.
greater than what someone who may be in a homosexual relationship may take in their life. I'm still a sinner, and I don't know where that chart's at, where it says like a ranking order, like, hey, you can murder this person, but if you suck that person's dick, you're going to hell first. Like, I don't think that's where it's at, right?
There was no
Right.
ranking in the
So what I'm trying to say is that no, sin is sin. And so for me, I look at it as I want to love everybody, and I really do. Like, I really do love everybody. I mean, it's the reason why I love my church. It looks like the same shitbags I sat with in Iraq. Like, it was just a bunch of people that you look at them, you just like look around like, that's the best you had today. All right, cool. Or you didn't think of even at all getting the sand or blood off your uniform. I mean, that's kind of how it looks when you go in there. And I just love that because it takes me back to where I was then, right? And so for me, when I look at that, and I think that's where it's missing in the conversation, is that the vast majority of us don't care what you do as an adult. I would argue that the vast majority of us do not care what you do as an adult. Just don't do it to children, and don't make me play along with whatever games you got going on. That's all we want. But hey,
Exactly.
let's get back to the regular
I think
show.
the biggest
I'm good.
thing we could do to keep these young people from getting radicalized is get them into bourbon. Then they won't have the time nor the money
They definitely won't have the
to
money.
get radicalized.
Damn straight.
Definitely won't have the money.
I can agree with that one. Yes, sir.
I lost my discount, and so recently, and so they will not have the money. But no. So, well, real quick. Let's hit on some football real quick because there were some great games this weekend.
How about
right?
them Mountain
Okay,
Bears?
hold on. Before we do anything, can we first get rid of Tua and McDaniels before we?
I don't watch
anything
professional
else?
football. So can we just go back to
Who?
college football because I don't watch
Okay.
professional football.
That's fine.
Rumor has it he
I'm gonna sound like
had-
David real quick. I'm gonna be like sports ball, yay, fuck it.
Football,
I don't
yeah.
give a shit. Like I get
Nah,
tickets
I
all the time. I get tickets literally all the time for the Titans, and I'm like, what day of the week is it and what time is it? Because I don't know if I have time, you know. And they're like, what's
Monday,
on Sunday?
Thursday, or Sunday? There's gonna be only days.
Yeah, and they're like, it's gonna be at Sunday, like at 3 or noon or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I think God needs me, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna be at fucking church for sure. I guarantee you that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna use God as a lie and then not be there, right? But I look at all this stuff and I think about it in the perspective of what. When it comes to the games this weekend, first off, if you're a Tennessee fan, you cannot
that's
be
heartbreaking.
upset. Well, you still cannot be upset in my
I
opinion.
know,
That was if you're
but
going to lose a
that-
game,
That was
if you're going to lose a
great
game to Georgia, that
was
was one of the best games I've ever seen in my life. Facts, another one, and you guys know I'm Catholic as fuck. Like I'm legit Catholic, and I fucking hate with my entire soul all of Notre Dame. I would shit on Notre Dame. Like
They
literally
got
take a shit
no chance.
from a
Even
plane
with-
and drop it on top of Notre Dame. Now it probably only hit like maybe a little small part of the roof, and they may look at that and go, "Man, that bird had some. Did he have salad last night? Like what's going
powered
on?
up.
You know?"
But yeah, and the thing about Notre Dame, they can kiss the playoffs goodbye now. That was the last ranked.
Yeah, but they're
year
still
this
ranked.
year.
They're still ranked in the top
I
25.
know, but
How is that even possible? But so I was sitting there. So my friend, so as you guys know, I had a funeral on Saturday. So I had the godmother. By the way, her husband. I told her husband this. I'm like, you're fucking married. Your wife is married to me, but you. Like he is just like me. When I met him, I was like, oh my God, like we're the same person. All right. But he's not me. Like we don't physically look. Well, we kind of physically look a lot alike, but we don't look like he's got hair. I don't. There you go. There's our difference. All right. We're both Caucasian. We both are type A alpha dogs, and we're both fit. Anyway, so they flew in on Friday night, so I had to wait up. I was waiting forever. Like it was well past old person's bedtime, and she had sent me a text. She's like, "Well, anyway, my friend, that teammate that lost his son to suicide, that was his godmother.
Oh.
And so she wasn't going to miss it. And so they had flown in, and I picked them up at the airport, and they stayed with me and stuff of that nature until Sunday morning. And then Sunday morning, I was up at 4 a.m. and had a full schedule plan. I still had to work, church, and then also go look at a house. And then I knew I was having dinner with Preston. I was like, this is a fucking day. Like I slept literally last night. I slept for like 12 hours, like literally. All right. I know that I'm trying not to use literally in the wrong way, but I think I might have. I even got and took the dogs out, fed the donkeys, came back in, slept for another 2 hours. I mean, that's how literal I'm talking about it. Right. I was so tired, but she, we were sitting there talking and all this, and he's a big Aggie fan. And if you watch that fucking Notre Dame A&M game, holy shit. That's I don't know what the plural term for chalice is. So we're going to go with chali, maybe. I don't know if that's right.
I don't know.
But it was like if you could line up a bunch of chalice, it would be at least be 5 of them, right? It was so freaking awesome. And I mean, it was so awesome and it was so powerful. you know. And then the Georgia Tech game, also good.
Oh, that was awesome.
But here's what I was wanting to talk to you guys about. So I watched the highlights of the USC game. A lot of people don't know this, but I downsized my cable because it's just me in this house, and so I have all these TVs. I have internet on both floors, and I'm like, fuck, I don't want to do this. And then the cable people are like, you can have one of these like things you plug in the wall and a buffer, or not buffer, but like project your internet. And I was like, really? And I'm like, how much does that cost? And they're like, it's $3. I'm like, fucking $3? I've been paying $397 a month for 10 years. And you're telling me it was $3? That's all I need to do is get a $3 device?
Wow.
I was so pissed. But anyway, but I downsized my cable too. So it's funny. This is a funny conversation. So I met the sweetest black lady from Tampa Bay, Florida on Thursday or Friday. I think it was Friday because I think it was when I was off. And I was doing all the stuff with Spectrum. That's who does my cable in this area. And so I'm talking to her. And she's like, well, we'll take you down to the bare minimum, but you get to pick 20 channels that you can get on the bare minimum. I'm like, cool, let's do this. So I picked like the normal ones that people normally pick, right? And then she's like, you got like 15 more. I'm like, God damn it. I don't even know what I'm going to pick. And so I'm like, all right, so don't judge me. I picked the Hallmark channels, both of them. And I was like, I love Christmas time movies. And she's like, I understand. I love those too. She was like, you and my husband were exactly the same. And she was this Southern sounding black woman. She's like, oh, honey, I know how you feel. My husband, he loves them too, you know, and all that kind of stuff. And then she's like, you got like 12 more. I'm like, or 13 more. I'm like, God damn it. And so I picked all these things that sound like an average white guy. I'm like, all right, don't judge me. I want BET. And she's like, I totally get you. You know, I'm like, I'll be honest with you. They play the old school stuff that I dig. And she's like, which one's your favorite? And I'm like, I'm sorry, which one's your favorite, sweetheart? I'm like, I'll be honest with you. I really am into, like, Good Times is one of my favorite shows of all time. All right. Like James, the dad, that's who I try to emulate my life off of. Mm-hmm. Like he was a hard ass, and he was like, JJ, get your dumb ass over here. Like, I've called kids dumbasses. I've done all the things that he's done. I'm like, fuck, I'm going to whip out my belt. I've never hit a child with a belt, but I wanted to, you know? So I was telling her that. And then I know this is sacrilegious right now, but I really love the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Martin. You know, that's one of my favorites too. And the only place you can watch those reruns is where? BET.
Okay, so listen, one day when you have some time on your hands, about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, you got to go turn on BET. And there's this show that's going to come on called BET Uncut. So all the rap videos that are uncensored are played in full view, but it only comes on between 1:30 and 2 o'clock in the morning. BET Uncut, just so you know.
So, Jody, you'll be happy to hear that scientists at Hallmark Networks are close to developing a third script.
Plotline?
I don't care if they never come up with a script. Every one of them is some Caucasian family having the best Christmas ever. Like this is my dream. I want this to happen. If like, for example, not going into detail, but if I could have that person that don't, and we could have like some type of falling out right before Christmas and then get back together and then we get married and live happily ever after for the rest of forever. That would be the greatest thing ever that happened in my life. You know?
I get it. George.
So
yeah, okay.
That is hilarious.
He has. Well, I mean, here's like, someone give you an example of Preston, or not Preston, George. Both of them, it might as well be the same because they're the same fucking child. They don't share the same brain, and Preston's like the Hulk, and Jordan's like not the Hulk, but he's not like, I don't want to make him sound like he's like his like leftover, like he's not Danny DeVito in Twins. Like, I don't want to make it sound like that, right? But they do kind of share some of the same type of brain waves. Like, so I'll never forget, like, Jordan was in high school. And his mom, who is like the greatest investigator in the entire world, like you could think wrong, and she's gonna be ahead of you. She was like what was that movie with Tom Cruise in it, where people were the thought police and stuff?
The Minority Report.
Yes,
Okay.
Minority Report. She's very much like that. So anyway, I just come home from working evening shift, so I get home at around 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. All right. So I'm asleep. I ain't fucking with nobody. I'm asleep. Like I ain't bothering nobody. All right. So I get this. She's standing over top of me with her freaking bated breath of anger and stuff. And she's like, wake up. I'm like, God damn it, what'd I do? I was been asleep. I can't tell you who I was dreaming about. I don't even know right now. She was cute though, but it's not my fault. It was in my dreams, right? And she's like, you need to go talk to your fucking son. I'm like, all right, what happened? She's like, and she shows me his phone, and it's this girl that was like in high school that had sent him a picture of her in a cowboy hat and some panties and stuff, and it said, don't my panties look sexy or sweet or something like that? And I'm like, God damn it, we're going to jail. Why are you showing me this? Like, I don't want to go to jail. I'm the police. I don't want to go to jail at all. Like, I haven't done anything wrong, right? And so she's like, you gotta go talk to Jordan. He can't have stuff like this. So I go upstairs to Jordan, and I'm like, bro, I wake him up. I'm like, dude, we gotta talk. He's like, what we need to talk about, Jody? I'm like, all right,
Can't be doing this.
here's the thing. Girls are gonna send you some shit sometimes. And by the way, probably not the girls you want to be with. Let's just start there, all right? But whatever you do not let your mom fucking see it. All right. Under any circumstances whatsoever. All right. Because I was asleep, not bothering nobody. And your mom woke me up to come up here to talk to you, to tell you something that she could have told you. But I'm having to tell you not to let your mom, I don't care if you get pictures, just don't let me see it, because I don't know if we might have not committed a felony. All right. I don't want to be part of this. All right. I'm like, what the fuck? And so, and then the other thing they have in common, the two of them. Now, Preston's was much different. So we were down here watching a movie one night. This was his senior year of high school. Down here watching a movie. He's like, and it was probably one of the John Wicks that we were watching over and over and over. And he's like, hey man, I gotta push pause. I got a phone call coming in. I'm like, cool, whatever. It's just 11:30 at night. He goes back to his room, which is back that way. Goes back to his room, shuts the door. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, who the fuck's talking to you? Like 11:30 at night. I'm like, dude, we're watching a fucking movie. I'm old. I don't even want to be up this late. But I'm doing this because I want to be with you, right? And so I walk back there. I'm like, who are you talking to? He's like, well, I'm talking to Andrea. I'm like, Andrea, who? Like, wait a minute, your best friend's mom? Like, what the fuck is she calling you at 11:30 at night? So I didn't call her husband. I did call her husband. I'm like, why is Andre calling my son? Like, his best friend's not here at the house. Like, what are they talking about? Where he has to shut the door. You know?
Cougar time.
And I'm like, look, Mrs. Robinson. I was telling her husband, I was like, I keep Mrs. Robinson away from my son. Like, I think it's great they want to hook up, but it's not something I want my son to do in high school where his daddy finds out about it, right? Like, what the fuck? Who does this? She's like, we're just talking about football. I'm like, what about football at 11:30 at night? You ain't talking about no football. You're talking about my halfway down your throat or something. I mean,
Hey, listen, hold up. In his defense, and I know this is wrong, and I probably shouldn't say it. I slept with my babysitter once. Like,
no, I did
years
bad
later.
things. I did bad things too. I mean, because like, I don't say it. I did bad things too. Like I coached Little League baseball when I first got out of high school and while I was in college. And the team mom was 32. And of course, one of my best friends in the entire world, will leave his name nameless, Steven, was like, she's like in a nursing home now. Anyway, she was always wanting to hook up, and she would always do this. And we hooked up all the time. I mean, it's not, and her son played on my team, and her husband helped me coach the team. So, I mean, it's just horrible. Like everything we did was wrong. All right. All of it. But I was 18, 19, almost 19. I didn't even know what I was doing. I mean, I didn't. Oh, I absolutely knew what the fuck I was doing. But what I'm saying is, like, I didn't know the repercussions might come from it. Right. And, but anyway, I'm like, this is the most ridiculous thing ever. And then my friend Steven, we were just talking about this over the past week. He was like, she's in a nursing home right now. I'm like,
Shit.
Wow. That's true. Like, if you're wondering what she's doing, she's probably drinking from a straw.
Having fantasies about Rip Steel over here.
I have so many jokes I could say about that, but I'm not going there.
Yeah.
So anyway, two of my sons are very similar when it comes to their brain capacity. They both do things where you're like, man, I trust them until I don't. And then you're like, I don't trust you anymore. And then I'm like, next day I'm like, I trust you again, but they both did the same kind of things. So two of my sons, that's how they roll. And I'm not against how they roll. I'm just
against knowing how they roll.
Yes. And then on top of that being brought
I get it.
like, I don't want to be brought into it. We haven't talked about bourbon at all, other than what we're drinking.
With 8 minutes left.
That's how we roll.
Well, I mean, I did put shenanigans in here, and we did talk about Tennessee weather.
Oh God.
But no, it's so much. Oh my God. I can't wait till either one of those boys have kids and
It's coming.
And their significant other comes downstairs and says, "What the fuck is on the phone? Can you see this? You need to get up and take care of this right now." And then one of them are going to call me. It might be Jordan, it might be Preston, it might be one of them. They're going to call me and they're going to be like, because it's going to be one of those two. It's absolutely going to be one of those two first. Their kid's going to be that one, all right? And they're going to call me and they're going to go, "Hey, how you deal with this?" I'm like, "Fuck, dude, why are you calling me so early? Like, we're not even friends right now. Like this is something you got to figure out how to deal with, because I'm not gonna help you. I'm just not. No tape backs. Enjoy yourself.
Jordan's got it figured out.
Jordan's a good kid. He's very smart.
Check the chat.
He's on it, man.
God damn it. No. Because I'm going to be like, "What the fuck, dude? Like, you didn't learn last time? Tell your kid to not let mom see the shit."
Yeah.
Like,
You don't do that.
come up with a code that she can't break. I mean, Preston's is 9 backwards, so it's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He's like, "Dad, you'll never guess my code." And I just went in there and started pushing buttons. I'm like, he's like, "Oh, you guessed it." I was like, "I did." Very smart, dude.
And unsaid was, and you're not.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So good times.
Yes, sir. And they're gonna get better. Wait for it, dude. You got 8 more months at least.
I can tell you this. I am super excited about it. What were you gonna say, Billy?
My brother has 2 grandkids, so I get to see the excitement in his face when they're around. So it's something that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah,
I'm going kind of through it right now with my oldest grandson. Not only was we super excited to become a grandparent for the first time.
Well, it's
like
not
this
that I want to bring up Michelle because, for any reasons, but I love, like, some of the things that make me the most excited that I've ever been around Michelle was her excitement to see her grandchildren. Man, now that just every time I seen that, I was like, God, I wish I could have that. And she was like, what would your grandpa name? I was like, what would your grandpa name be? And I'd be like, Pappy J. I just want to be Pappy J. She's like, why? I don't know. I think it's funny sounding because I was the only Caucasian kid growing up in my area that had a pappy, and everybody else, was grandpa, granddaddy, whatever, But all the black kids, we all had pappies. And I mean, I don't need to put myself in the we's because I'm not we with them, but it was funny. I was the only Caucasian kid in my area had a Pepe.
Try Pepe.
No, my uncle's name was Pepe. His grandfather name.
Yeah,
but
we used Pepe on my side of the family, and what I was going to about the excitement, though, not only when the child is born, it's like I got to go through it this year with the start of football season for my grandson. Second year playing football, and he's starting center now for his team. You talk about a sense of pride when you're up there in the stands. Here's my grandson out there kicking that kid's ass on the field. I love it. And it's like, oh.
There's a Rodney, I forget his name. He's a country singer. Rodney something another. Kerrigan, maybe? I don't know. He's a country singer. But he has a song called That's My One or something like that. But it's about his boy being a football player and stuff like that. And I'm like, the feels, man. I want to feel that, you know.
You'll get it. It's a wonderful. I can't put words to it, but it's like, damn, yes, go get them.
Yeah,
it's a wonderful feeling. Wait for it. It's coming, man. It's gonna be awesome.
Yep. All right. Well, listen, we're well, no, we got 3 more minutes. What kind of nonsense can we talk about in 3 more minutes?
Mosquitoes suck.
Oh yeah, we forgot about that. We talked that in the fucking pre-show. So what do you say? Hold on a second here.
Coaching ball again. There you go.
I'll be honest with you, man. If I could coach ball again, I would totally do it. I used to coach him, and Jordan will tell you, we had the greatest team ever. We had an undefeated team, and we were a good team.
Nice.
And everybody wanted to be on our team, and so I had tryouts all the time, and I already had my team picked. I would just replace somebody that got older, right? And what the parents love me because of a lot of rules. And one of my favorite rules that I ever implemented. First of all, we'd play baseball every night on Friday nights, and we'd practice baseball, and we'd practice till like 12 o'clock at night. Police would show up, and they'd be like, "Why are you guys still out here?" And I'm like, "I'm the parent. We're doing this." And they're like, "That's cool." To all the other parents, I'm like, "All the other parents are on dates. They drop their kids off, knowing that I'm gonna keep their kids until like midnight." But my favorite rule that I ever implemented in baseball, and my son Jordan, he was the one who failed that rule the first. He was the first one. All right, first one. And I had a rule. We all had to agree to it. If you get upset and you act like a jackass, I'm gonna stop the game. I'm gonna walk out there. I will make you point to your parent, whoever that parent may be, and you got to tell them loud enough for everybody in the stadium to hear. I'm sorry, mom or dad. I love you. Ooh. All right. And so this rule was in place for like it could have been a week, it could have been 6 months, who knows? It was in for whatever it was in. And no one came about it until we're playing this game. Jordan's pitching a great game, but you could see his arms starting to get tired. And I'm like, I'm going to put him back at second base. I'm going to put someone up there to close the game, and we're going to be done with it. So I took him out of the game. And he stood over there like this. Second base. And I'm like, Blue, hold up a second. Hold up. Walked out there, and he goes, "What's up? What's up, Jody?" I'm like, "Negative, tough guy. What are you doing wrong?" He goes, I'm ready to play ball. I'm like, "You don't look ready. Don't look ready at all." And he's like, "Oh, come on, man. I don't want to be the first one." I'm like, "It's already, it is what it is. Give me a big old hug and tell me you love me." And he gave me a hug and he goes, "I love you, Jody." And I go, "Negative. I heard you, but no one else heard you. It has to be loud enough for everyone." And he's like, "I love you." And then he was standing there like this, but he was mad. But we had baseball was so much fun growing up, teaching those guys playing. You would talk about purpose. I know we talked about that some tonight, but having purpose, that was so much fun playing baseball with my children. I did the same thing. I coached Preston too, and we played on a great travel team. And Preston, his dumbass, he was a catcher, and he wore a cup and all. I mean, it wasn't like. I mean, I always told him, like, just catch the fucking ball or knock it down. You're never going to get hit in the balls if you do one of those two things. And so we're playing ball. I'm standing over there dugout like a coach is supposed to do, like just standing there like this, watching the game, like
Oh.
not getting skinnier, you know, just sitting there and thinking about bourbon probably. And this black kid and Preston hated catching from him because he's so wild. He pitches all over the place. But this kid pitched like at 13 years old, 14 years old. He pitched like 86 miles an hour at 13, 14 years old. Like he freaking hammered it down. Now it may hit you in the head, but it's going to be over the plate or in the vicinity of the backstop. All right. And so Preston hated catching for this guy. I forget his name, but he was this big black kid. All right. And he freaking hammered it down. I hope he's still pitching because he was a good pitcher once he got his control down. Right. And I worked with him all the time. He still was like, I'm just throwing it hard every time, coach. I'm like, you know what? Just can you get it back there somewhere where people will swing at? So anyway, Preston was catching him. And that ball never hit his glove. So he's got his glove up there. I'm left-handed. I'm sorry. So I'm bringing up my right hand. I know it's this way for right-handed people. But he's got his glove up there. And that ball went straight like right here. And then caught him on the side of his cup.
Ow.
And so Preston was like, oh my God, I've been hitting the balls. And he starts running over and he gets in the dugout and he lays on his back. And I have no idea what's going on. He runs straight to the dugout. All right. Like it was like a base hit because it bounced off his cup. And he goes and lays in the damn dugout. And he's on his back. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is going on here? And he's like, I got hit in the balls. Oh, it hurts so bad, Dad. And I'm like, dude, like, can we calm down a minute? Like, there might have been a run scored just then. I don't know what's going on here. Like, I'm worried about you and whatever reason you came to the dugout all of a sudden. And so it's so funny. I'm like, I told you, just put your glove in front of it. He's like, I tried, it just failed. He doesn't know how to pitch. And he's crying. He's got mud all over his face because he cried so much that he picked up dust and it's now got mud tears. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Come on. But anyway.
Shit.
All right, so we're past the hour here. Guys, it's been fun. It's been real. Let's move to the after show. Love all of you guys. Thank you. Like, love, share, turn on the notifications. Thank you all those that have participated in our show tonight.
Yes.
If you're not part of VIP, be part of VIP. And if you've got people out there you love and they're traveling or they're away or whatever, tell them you love them. You know?
Tell them.
Yeah, tell them you love them. And when you get a chance to hold them tight and make them feel secure, do so.
Give them a hug.
Yep.
Be
All
good
that
to
being
yourself,
said,
man.
peace. Or like my black woman said, oh,
Cheers.
honey, bless your heart.
Mm-hmm.